My name is Spencer Powell. I'm from Greenville, Alabama. 26 years of age. Come from a single motherhood family, just my mother there all the time. When I turned 9 years old, I had an accident. I had got shot, and I was in like a coma, like almost brain dead, and I had to learn how to walk and talk again. During that time, my aunt used to come in all the time and just pray for me, her and the church member, because my aunt is a pastor. So at that time, she was just praying for me. I used to get the oil put on my head at that point of my life, and I just didn't know what was going on. And as I recovered and got well, I used to always ask my mother, like, what happened to me and what was going on. And she was like, you need to pray and just thank God. And I froze for a moment, not knowing because I was just young at the time. And I was like, who? At that time, she realized that we needed to start going to church more. Me still, just at a young age, not knowing, still got questions of who God is and what God stands for. And I was just still lost at the moment. My mom, she had got two jobs. She was working two jobs hard because my father was nowhere in my life, nowhere. And church just seemed to fade away. I fell in love with basketball. I used to play basketball a lot. And I used to go to the court and I used to play with a lot of older guys. It's like they stopped coming to the court and there was just something different about it. So one day I eventually asked them what was going on, as the years went on. And they just told me, like, I'm playing a new game now, Jitterbug. And I was like, what you mean? So at that time, at the age of 15, man, I started selling drugs and like running with all the wrong people. I had like the wrong quality of friends that were just taking me down, like so far down, pulling me away from the mercy that God had on my life the first time. During high school time, it was like I had to quit high school because I was so much into the greed of money, not knowing that it had a stronghold on me, not reading the Bible, knowing what the Bible was. So as I proceeded doing all these things, at like my darkest moment, like didn't care for anybody, just doing anything to get money. And so my father pops up and he asked me for some drugs. And that just, it froze me up like for a long time. For a long time. I just had to get away. I had to get away. And I had got charged with robbery first and assault second. And I went to the county jail for like 4 months. I stayed prayed up and just praying about everything that was going on with me. And the point of that was that when none of my friends that I so-called friends was there for me, it was only my auntie, back to the Christian folks, that was really there for me, that was coming to see me, putting money on my books and going to the judge and going to my lawyer office, praying for me every day. And he was like, man, I can get you in the Teen Challenge, man. I see some people that really care about you, man. Just Teen Challenge. It just changed my life, man. It just completely changed my life. It made me like a man. I can stand up and say that I'm a man. Like, it put a father in a place where I didn't have a father. It showed that I had to accept him, someone who was always there waiting on me to ask him, and I never knew. Just 365 days of just being here, nothing but the Bible in your face, eating it every day, man. It's so great. It's just so great just to have people, being involved with people that trying to throw Christ in your life and trying to see you do the right thing, and a whole bunch of guys that are trying to do the right thing. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful.
Wow, that's powerful, man. It's really powerful. So during the program, what was that? What was that deciding factor that made you say that I'm gonna follow God for the rest of my life?
Well, when I first got here, as I was signing all the papers and everything, I'm thinking in my mind, like, it's going to be a cakewalk. And, I'm finna come in here and just go to sleep, get up and work, and just do that. So as I'm talking to Pastor Mike, not knowing that Pastor Mike is a pastor, I'm like, he's a pastor. So he's really sitting down talking to my mom, and my mom just trying to see what's going on. And he was telling her what it was. And after he left out the room, my mom started crying, and she told me that I really need to consider this, like, because I didn't have this, you know. I didn't have God in my life. I chose to just do the right thing, man. You know, just in January too. I came in at a good moment. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of preachers coming in, and I was understanding what they had going on, and they was preaching, and it was just powerful to me. You know, it stuck out to me. Brother Scott, he helped me along the way. He helped me a lot. You know, Chris McKenna, he helped me. Ethan, you helped me. You know, it was a tough road, man. It was a tough road. I just had to bite the bullet, you know, and just to receive. I just had to receive. And once I received, it just went by like that because I didn't have any cares, any worries. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was around 90 guys that are trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do. Get God, I hope. And it was just once I started receiving, it started feeling good, you know.
That's great, man. I know we're all proud of you. I'm proud of you, man. It's awesome seeing you going through this, getting ready to move on to the next season in your life. For the close of this video, what was the most memorable moments in Teen Challenge?
My first one was just spiritual emphasis week. Then I could say Brownsville revival that week right there. Them was 2 good weeks for me because I laid it all out on the table for him, and he just came to me and just showed me what he needed me to do.
Let faith arise.